Looking back on yesterday, especially Gaza, anything you would have done differently?
Well, I wish that it wouldn't have happened at all. I mean, Hamas is pushing people with a view of a massive infiltration into Israel, openly declaring their goal is to destroy Israel. They're paying these people. So it's not the peaceful demonstration that you think about.
You say they're paying them to
Yes.
to try to cross the border.
Hamas is paying these people who are coming there. They're pushing civilians, women, children into the line of fire with the view of getting casualties. We try to minimize casualties. They're trying to incur casualties in order to put pressure on Israel, which is horrible.
You say they want kids to die,
Yes.
putting kids in the line of fire.
Yes.
Did your army go too far?
I don't know of any army who would do anything differently if you had to protect your border against people who say, we're going to destroy you and we're going to flood into your country. You try other means. You try all sorts of means. You try non-lethal means and they don't work, so you're left with bad choices. It's a bad deal. You know, you try and you go for below the knee and sometimes it doesn't work. And unfortunately, these things are avoidable. If Hamas had not pushed them there, then nothing would happen.
Your own army chief says that Gaza could be on the verge of collapse. Could get even worse.
Yeah.
If that happens, what happens next? What do you do?
Well, first of all, let's understand why it's on the verge of collapse. Because the Palestinian Authority, which is in Judea, Samaria, the West Bank, has stopped giving them money. The money that they normally gave them, they stopped giving them. So they're in a financial crisis. So having received less money and taking the money that they have to their terror machine and to the stuff that they were doing yesterday, that's why Gaza is in crisis.
Will you target Hamas leaders at this point?
We don't think that anyone is immune if they dispatch terrorists to kill us.
Do you see yourself under any circumstance talking to Hamas?
As long as they seek our destruction, what am I going to talk about? I mean, if somebody said, could you talk to Al-Qaeda? Would you have discussions with bin Laden? About what?
I ask only because, against all odds, the U.S. and North Korea seem to be on the verge of talking. So sometimes meetings that might be unimaginable end up happening.
You're right. It's happened to us with our Arab neighbors. But that's when you have leaders who decided that they abandoned the goal of war and destruction and annihilating the other side. And by the way, even what has happened in North Korea, that took place because of a very clear message, I think, that North Korea received, that the goal of destruction and aggression would be met with a very strong response.
Are you at war with Iran?
They're at war with us. We never sought any enmity with Iran. They openly declared that their goal is to annihilate us every day.
It's open war, though, now, more so than it was before.
Well, because what has happened is that Iran moved a part of its army into Syria with new weapons that are specifically aimed at being fired at us. So obviously, what choice do we have? We try to defend ourselves.
So you're handling situations at the border now, Gaza and West Bank, and the situation with Iran is only escalating. Too much?
We've been there, done that, and Israel has flourished. We don't really face Arab armies anymore. We've moved to peace with two of them, a formal peace. And frankly, I think we have an informal peace with many of the other Arab states. So it's changed. The thing that changed is, first of all, they saw Israel is here to stay. It's got, even though it's a tiny country, as you see, it's a very strong country. And the strength brings the peace. I think the real problem, the biggest problem we face is Iran. The biggest problem the Arabs face is Iran. The biggest problem that the world faces, and the United States, is this terrorist regime that calls death to America, chants death to Israel, and wants to kill the chances of peace.
If they restart the nuclear program and in fact pick up the pace, will you launch strikes?
I've said that we will not let Iran develop a nuclear weapon, and I stand by that.
That means an attack.
It means we will not let them do it. We have a variety of means, as you saw.
Do you see peace in your lifetime?
I see it already now. We have peace with Egypt, we have peace with Jordan.
Peace with the Palestinians?
Yes, I think it's possible. Not with those Palestinians like Hamas who call for our destruction, but I see peace with any one of our neighbors who's willing to live in peace. I think yes, I think it's possible.
The folks who were massed at the border yesterday and who may show up today or in the future, what do you say to them?
I say, embrace life. Don't embrace death. Embrace life. Embrace a future for yourself. Develop Gaza. Take all that money that is being funneled into this war machine and put it into health, hospitals, schools, hotels, employment. That's what's happening. That's the tragedy. So it's easy for me to say, get rid of these tyrants. But if they did, you'd have the people of Israel embracing Gaza. You'd have a tremendous development here. These people are going back to medieval times. They destroy the future for their own people.